Hello, my name is Stefani Saavedra, and I'm doing my project on calligraphy. Now, calligraphy is a decorative handwriting that puts life into the text it's meant to represent. But it's because of computers, tablets, and instant messaging that there is less need to handwrite and mail letters, and therefore less need to write or learn calligraphy. To completely understand how calligraphy has become a lost art, we need to start at the beginning, the very beginning. The story of calligraphy starts just like any other, with the Big Bang. The Big Bang was the result of all matter and energy, confiding into a spot smaller than a single atom. The universe became hot and extremely dense. It expanded so fast that it gave the effect of an explosion. Seconds after the explosion, time, space, and the four fundamental forces were created: gravity, electromagnetics, and the strong and weak nuclear forces. 380,000 years later, the temperature of the universe dropped to around 3,000 degrees Celsius, allowing the protons and electrons to become powerful enough to bond together. As a result, atoms were born. The first two being hydrogen and helium. As these molecules became more present, we started to see the creation of galaxies, nebulas, but most importantly, stars. Stars were the first complex structure in the universe. They had the capacity to generate energy for millions to billions of years. But it was the death of stars that generated environments hot enough to create new elements, thus allowing for the materials needed to create a common calligraphy pen. Another product of the Big Bang were Homo sapiens, commonly known as humans. For about 200,000 years, humans lived as foragers, consuming energy and resources in their natural form. Then, around 11,000 years ago, they began to group together and create agriculture. Agriculture led to the creation of villages, to cities, to empires and agrarian civilizations. Wherever there was agriculture, humans gathered in large numbers and settled villages and cities. This allowed for specialization and collective learning. This meant that people had extra time, and they started to spend that time on being creative. An example is Sumer, an ancient agrarian civilization of southern Mesopotamia. It's believed to be the place where written language was invented around 3200 BC. It was called cuneiform. It's distinguished by its wedge-shaped mark on clay tablets made by means of a blunt reed for a stylus. Next writing style came in Egypt, called hieroglyphs. They borrowed the pictorial writing from Sumerians. It was introduced in 3000 BC. Around 1100 BC, it was changed to a newly developed writing style, then changed again in 700 BC. Skipping around a little, we see the first signs of calligraphy, appearing in Western Europe with the use of the Latin script around 700 BC. The Latin alphabet appeared around 600 BC in New Rome, and by the 1st century, Roman imperial capitals carved on stones, rustic capitals painted on walls, and Roman cursive was used for daily use. In time, the uncial lettering style developed. As writing withdrew to monasteries, uncial script was found more suitable for copying the Bible. It was the monasteries that preserved calligraphic traditions through the centuries. Christian churches promoted the development of writing through the prolific copying of the Bible. As time went on, calligraphy was saved and preserved in monasteries, while new technology started to overwhelm it in common use. With the creation of pens and pencils, the use of calligraphy was fast disappearing, but it was when computers were invented that calligraphy really fell. With the computer, you didn't need to mail your letters. You could just email your relatives. Calligraphy was downgraded to cursive and found only in monasteries and some schools. Then, when instant messaging came to the public, cursive became almost extinct. It is barely even taught in school today. There are very few people in the world who can read and write cursive or calligraphy. It is in danger of becoming a lost art. However, saying calligraphy will be overwhelmed by technology is like saying painting will be overrun by graphic design. True calligraphy is the art of producing letters that capture the spirit of the text they represent. I believe that calligraphy will last a very long time. if not forever. As I said, it's an art.